Oh, look, I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want none of this to happen. I'm just a regular old mope, trying to run my lap in the rat race and get out before anybody notices me. It was you. It was you, Fate. That's right. Are you up there, Fate? Oh, I know you're up there, hiding from me. But you can't hide, because I know that it was you with your fickle finger that drew this tapestry of doom around these people. Go ahead. I know you want to laugh at me. I know you want to laugh at all us poor, puny mortals. I'll tell you what. On the count of 3, go ahead. On the count of 3, laugh out loud at me. 1, 2, 3! That hurt. But I think you could do better. Because I think, Fate, I think you're even meaner than that. More mocking, more scornful. On the count of 3, go ahead. Really let me have it. 1, 2, 3! Oh, yeah. That's exactly what I thought. Looking down on us all, deciding what's going to happen to us, even against all our best efforts. Oh, why don't you amuse yourself by thinking back on the way you treated these people here? How about if you remember those poor few people upon whom you took your most pointed targeting practice? Let's look at them here. You remember now, Fate? You remember this man here? Go ahead and tell me, which one of these 2 women does this man kill at the end of this story? You could just, well, they're both in black and white, aren't they? And they're both blonde, too. Fate. Go ahead. Either the one with the gold purse or the black purse. Which one does he kill? Just shout it out.
Gold.
Gold, that's right. He kills the one with the gold purse. And this woman here, at the end of the play, where? What type of place does she die in?
Bakersfield.
Bakersfield.
We're in America, buddy. Bakersfield. Doesn't everybody die in Bakersfield? Sooner or later. That's right. She dies in Bakersfield, California. And this woman here, what small, innocuous thing, seemingly insignificant, causes her downfall?
Sex.
That's right. The seemingly insignificant, innocuous act of sex causes her down. It's innocuous for me. I understood you. And me. You didn't spare me. Go ahead, tell me, which of these people do I fall in love with but oh, too late?
Black purse.
That's right.
Him.
Black hat.
One Bakersfield suggestion a night. It's the lady with the black purse. So how did it happen, huh? How did we go from a group of people minding our own business, living our own lives, to this?
A man who kills the woman with a gold purse.
A woman who dies in Bakersfield.
A woman whose downfall is sex.
And me, falling in love with her, but too late. I'll tell you the tale. Oh, hey, just for fun. Imagine this was one of those movies they're cranking out in Hollywood nowadays. One of those crime films, like with Bogey and McCall, you know what I mean. What title would you give it?
Long Night in Bakersfield.
The Long Night in Bakersfield. That's right. Well, go ahead, Fate. Sit back and review your handiwork. Sit back and watch A Long Night in Bakersfield.
Oh my God, it was a hot night.
scared. I just left the salon where I work. I'm a dancer, a singer. I always keep a lit cigarette in my purse when I'm scared. You know, I'm in the chorus. Nobody ever notices people in the chorus, so I hear things. I heard things last night. I swear, I ran out of there so fast that I got lost in San Francisco, but then I found myself in Bakersfield. How did that happen? Was I alone here? I know I see people around me, but they don't see me. I'm invisible. People everywhere, not looking at me, not talking to me, bumping into me. Oh. Oh. Oh, I'm sure I got followed. And then I saw him.
What's a nice girl like you doing in a town like this?
I'm just being nice on a street corner.
Being nice on a street corner, huh? That's a recipe for trouble. Especially here in California's armpit, Bakersfield.
I'm lost.
You look lost.
I'm dreadfully lost, and I don't usually talk to strangers, but you look like I could trust you because you're good looking. And I only trust good-looking people.
Lady, just a simple businessman walking home from work. Sam Carter. Nice to meet you.
Delilah. Delilah Miller. My friends call me Delilah.
Delilah, I'm going to tell you something, and I hope it's not too forward. You're beautiful. I mean, sure, in a big city like San Francisco, you might get lost in the shuffle. But out here in Bakersfield, I could make you a star.
Oh, could you?
Yes! See, I didn't tell you my line of work. I run the only review out here. And I need a star.
I need work. I'm lost, and I have run away. I've seen some terrible things, and I need to hide. I am a singer and a dancer. I'm very, very good.
Well, why don't you come by the club about 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon?
Oh, I'll be there. 3 p.m.
In the meantime, why don't you get yourself a room? There's a motel right over there. They'll put you up for the night.
Thank you. What was your name again?
Sam.
Sam. I think I'm going to fall in love with you, Sam.
This girl was trouble. I smelled it on her the minute I walked past her, but there was something about her. Something that made me feel like Samson. Strong, but weak. I was on my way home, as I had mentioned to Delilah. But I stopped into my favorite haunt, Marco's, for a drink. Hey, Jane, can I get the regular?
Sure thing, Sam. But the wife said to cut you off after 1 tonight.
That's right, I was married. Bakersfield was a small town. I couldn't get away with too much. I was on a pretty short leash.
You ought to be more careful about that, friend.
Sorry, Marco. How you been?
Sam, it's time you and I had a talk.
What's the news?
You notice how I haven't been around the past couple of months.
I have noticed that. You know, I stop in here every night after work. Or before work. After work.
I was hired for a job up in Frisco.
Really?
Being a private detective down here in Bakersfield just doesn't cut it sometimes.
I see.
Nobody does nothing bad in Bakersfield.
You're a Renaissance man, Marco. You own a bar, you're a local private detective, and you're expanding up to Frisco.
I was hired to track a dame.
You don't say.
I do say, I'll say it again. I was hired to track a dame. You got that now?
I'm tracking you.
She's bad news, this dame. Maybe you know her. Maybe you just met her, bumped into her in the street. Just maybe her name is Delilah.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. What are you tracking this dame for?
Tracking this dame because she's a suspect for murder. She's dangerous. I know you have a soft spot in that heart of yours for any dame with 2 gams. Well, she's got gams, that dame. Gams, gams, gams. You need to
I'm not a farming man, but this is Bakersfield, and I know gams when I see them. Suspect for murder? Are you kidding with that angelic pudding?
That's exactly the type who often does these murders. The people with the best punum.
Marco, I just offered her a job. I'm having her audition for me tomorrow, 3 p.m.
You think that was a mistake? You think you met her by coincidence? Or do you think that me and my boys orchestrated that? I know I can trust you, Sam. That's why I threw her in your way. So she'd find you, and she'd find you attractive. Did she say she was going to fall in love with you, Sam?
She did.
She says that to a lot of people, Sam.
And here I thought I was special.
Sam,
What do you need from me, Marco?
I need you to keep her close until we're ready to move in. We have 1 or 2 more pieces of evidence that we've got to secure before I can move in and take her down. You need to keep an eye on her, but I need you to be careful. I need you to be wary of her wiles, Sam, because I'm telling you she's no good. She'll kill you as soon as kiss you.
Marco, how sure are you? How sure are you that she's trouble?
87%.
She's such a sweet, innocent, young-looking thing. I'd hate to see for her to go down for something she wasn't involved in.
How's that wife of yours, Sam?
She's fine, Marco. She's just fine.
Forgives you, does she?
All right. I'm a bit like a tea bag these days, in hot water. And the kettle's bubbling over. No, she hasn't forgiven me.
Look, Sam, you've got something that a lot of people would give their eye teeth for. You've got love. You got a woman at home who sits there waiting for you at the kitchen table with a pot roast and a side of broccoli and a nice martini when you walk in. Maybe even a little melted butter on the side of that broccoli. Perhaps even a napkin in the napkin ring. Maybe a fork, a knife, maybe a spoon to go with it. Maybe it's all on a tablecloth, maybe it's not, maybe it's just for Micah.
Stop telling me about my dinner.
But what I don't have, Sam, what I don't have is love. And you know why?
Because you're running at least 3 different businesses?
That's right, I'm a busy man. But more than that, I loved once. I loved a girl just like you loved a girl. She broke my heart, and I never recovered. And I swore that day that I'd never love again. You hear me, Sam? That's what I'm...
This is not an open bar.
See, women are trouble.
Even for the owner.
He's got
Marco
a
had told me the story of his lost love many times before, but once he got going, there was no stopping.
Then she was singing again, and I was all eyes.
Yes.
She took me home that night, Sam. She told me she loved me, and I loved her. I fell hard. I felt like an anvil in a bad comedy. But when I woke up, she was gone. I vowed that night to devote myself to my 3 businesses and maybe pick up another one. That's when I decided to become a detective.
Marco, something's troubling me. I remember the Dear John letter she left you. It said, I'm leaving for Frisco. You sure you don't have ulterior motives going up there?
Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But if I ever see her again, the first thing I'm going to do is shoot her. The second thing I'm going to do is not forgive her.
You're a troubled man, Marco.
All I'm telling you is that love will lead you down a blind alley and it'll smack your heart into a wall.
Hey, Marco. Bakersfield's a pretty small place. You recognize that shady-looking character? I've never seen him around here before.
Looks like a friskin to me.
He looks pretty frisky.
Look, Sam, I just need you to do me this favor. You keep an eye on this girl. You keep her close. Anything funny happens, you call me.
I will. I will, Marco. I will.
Be careful, will you?
Of course.
You're not much of a friend, but you're the only one I got.
Like I said, it's a small town. I looked at the clock. It was time to get home. I needed to try to repair things with Lucy. I stumbled out into the streets. My head was a fog. I felt like the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. I crossed the threshold. There she was. Table setting, pot roast, just as Marco had described.
Oh,
I got home.
oh, Sam. I made a delicious pot roast for you. Broccoli. I got
Butter on the side.
fork and spoon.
It's awful nice looking. Are you sure I'm not going to find a razor blade in that pot roast?
I'm sure you'll be fine, honey. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Lucy! I told you a million times. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I fired that call girl, that chorus girl, okay? You know, we've been married for 7 years. The heart will wander. She seduced me. I fell under her temptations, but she's gone, baby, replaced. In fact, I hired someone new. She's auditioning for me tomorrow. Her name is Delilah.
Well, tell me about her.
Well, in the interest of full disclosure, she told me she was going to fall in love with me. But I won't let her, baby, I swear.
Sam, if you do this to me again, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to start drinking again. That's what I'm going to do.
I took a bite of that roast beef. It was just like her feelings toward me. Hot, fiery, a little overdone. Sure enough, damn it, razor blade.
Damn it.
I see you're not ready to fully forgive me.
It's going to take a while. It's going to take a while, and I'm going to need a lot of apologizing.
I can only say I'm sorry so many times. It was one mistake that happened a few times. I promise, baby, I'll never be seduced by an unsavory character again. You should see the face on this new singer I'm going to audition. It's angelic. She looks like an innocent lamb.
I don't like the sound of it. Sure, it was one time, too many times. First it was Bakersfield, then it was Lodi, and then it was Buttonwillow. He was in Buttonwillow, and I caught you in Buttonwillow with that willow.
All right, I've slipped my way across the greater lower Central Valley.
Don't you know how embarrassing it is for me?
I swear to you, Soul Thing was a misunderstanding.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure.
I see you're not going to forgive me, so
Hey, sis. Sam?
Hey, Terry.
Terry,
Nice to see you, sweetheart.
good to see you too.
Got in from the city. I was looking for a place to stay. Of course, you're going to let me crash here, right?
Of course, you can stay here with us.
Frankly, my brother-in-law was a little like my wife's roast beef. Unsavory. What brings you to town, Terry?
Oh, business. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Nothing important. Nothing to trouble yourselves about.
Listen, I'm at the tail end of a long day. I was just gonna go to bed. I'll be sleeping in my office tonight.
One of these days, you'll really be sorry. Don't eat the roast beef. It's not good for you.
Mom's roast beef.
That's right. What's up? How you doing, Terry?
Doing good. I'm making headway in It's a business that I do. You know what I mean?
You still doing tomatoes?
Oh yeah, tomatoes and sauce. Importing and exporting. The sauce. Tomatoes.
How's it going? Oh, my.
You know, how's it going with you? Part of the reason I came here is because I want to see how you were making it out with that bum Sam. You know, I can't truck it that he's been cheating on you this whole time.
I'm sure you heard about it. Doing your tomato run up and down the highway of Central California. I'm sure you've heard all about it.
Yeah, high five.
Even Turlock.
It's a disgrace. My sister. She's still shacked up with that bum. Is there really no better man in Bakersfield? I tell you, you should just leave him and come stay with me in San Francisco. Ditch this place.
You think so?
It smells of cow manure anyway.
I don't know. I got everything wrapped up in this marriage. The house, the yard, the curtains, the couch. You think I could leave it all behind and...
Of course I do, Lucy. You don't want to end up just like Mom. She stayed with Dad, though he hit her and hit her. And look how that turned out, huh? She killed him and threw him over the Golden Gate Bridge. Now she's in prison.
I know, I was down there recently at the correctional facility. I brought her some roast beef. They wouldn't let it in.
It's the files.
I know, I don't know how they keep finding it.
Listen, that's not the point, sis.
Okay.
You need to get out of this marriage. You need to leave him now. You're too good for him. You just sit there like a whipped dog, letting him run all around the neighborhood while you just cook roast beef that may or may not be laced with razor blades.
You know what, Terry? I think you're right. Because deep down inside, I have needs that I have to have met somehow.
I think this might be a little talk for your girlfriends. I'm your brother.
Boss! In here, I got the sauce. Hold it around that.
The tomato shipment's ready, huh?
Yeah. Who is this lovely lady here? Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, so nice to meet you, too.
This is my sister, Lucy.
Oh, wow. Beauty doesn't run in the family, huh?
Yada. This is Bobby, an
Bobby.
associate of mine.
Bobby, yeah.
I like you, Bobby.
Got a ring around that finger. Shame.
She shouldn't, though, huh?
No.
Costume jewelry. She might be coming off soon. Who knows?
Who knows? You know, I don't know if your brother was telling you, but we got a place for dames like you in Frisco.
Yeah, we do. The good place, though. Listen, sis, I want good things for you. If you ever need anything, Bobby here will look out for you, even if I'm away. He stays around the area, keeping our business interests at hand.
Don't matter where you are. I'll be right behind you. I'll be in the shadows.
Well, I like you, Bobby. I like Bobby.
Yeah, you should. Then good-for-nothing husband ever treats you wrong again, Bobby here will take care of it.
I like the sound of that.
All right, I gotta go see about them tomatoes.
Terry, good to see you. Terry walked out, taking that Bobby. I thought he took Bobby with him, although I didn't actually see Bobby leave. It was when I was sitting down to look at the roast beef a little more closely that I could feel something up upon my back.
Oh, don't worry. It's just me.
Oh, Bobby.
It's a little bit of a San Francisco treat.
Well, you're a little forward, aren't you? Don't eat the roast beef. It's not good for you.
Listen. I think you should leave your husband. I think you should join me and your brother. We got opportunity.
Are tomatoes all that?
You know, in all honesty, there's something a little deeper than tomatoes. Something that brings in big money.
Artichokes. No?
Not artichokes, no. Something even better. Catch my drift.
I think I understand. So, maybe I should take this ring off and pack a bag.
Give it here. There you are. San Franciscan divorce. So what do you say?
I'm gonna pack a bag. I might want to pack those curtains too, if that's okay.
Pack whatever you want.
Oh my, I'll be back.
Oh, sorry, the door was open, so I walked in.
Oh, Marco,
Yeah,
I was just leaving.
were you?
Yeah,
Sam around?
he's in the study, taking a nap.
All right if I go up and talk to him?
Might want to take this roast beef up with you. You might like it. Go on ahead.
I held the roast beef in my left hand. Went back and put a little ketchup on. I didn't want her to know that I suspected anything. I was just trying to play it cool. But as a matter of fact, I recognized that fellow in the room with her. He was part of the gang that I was tracing up in Frisco. He was involved with Delilah. If Delilah pulled the trigger, it was him and his boss, Terry, that set the whole thing up. What were they doing here, though? I didn't know. But Marco was my name. And sometimes I just said it. Sam, in the meantime, was up in the study. And I thought he'd help me straighten the whole thing out. I walked up the carpeted stairs, looked at the pretty pictures on the wall, neatly framed in Kmart 99-cent frames. I opened the door and walked in. He was spread out on his study chair. Suddenly, the wafting aroma of the pot roast woke him up.
Marco,
Right? Pot roast with ketchup.
I wouldn't eat that if I were you.
Think I ever would eat pot roast?
Marco, it's late. What brings you here?
Sam. Been up here for quite some time, have you?
It's been a long day.
I came up here to tell you something. Tell you something about Delilah, a new wrinkle in the case. But everything has changed now. Because I walked in, and Bobby Flanagan was downstairs. In your house.
Who's Bobby Flanagan?
Who's Bobby Flanagan? Bobby Flanagan's just the finest safecracker in all San Francisco. He works in the Logan gang. You know who runs the Logan gang? A man
I
named...
got one guess.
You were going to say Logan.
It's just Logan's my brother-in-law's middle name. Terrence Logan. I knew he's been involved in criminal underpinnings from some time. But hey, he's family.
You're not making the connection, Sam. First of all, I saw your wife leaving this house. My detective eye trained on her wedding ring finger. No wedding ring, Sam.
What?
No wedding ring, Sam.
What are you telling me?
What I'm telling you is that Bobby has already moved in on you.
Oh, well, I slept in my study?
But it gets worse. Don't you see how this is all coming together? Terry runs the gang. Bobby's the safecracker. Delilah's the trigger woman.
What are they doing here in Bakersfield?
Recruiting talent.
My wife?
Seems so. Pot roast?
They must need something baked into something.
Look, you're in this deep. All I'm telling you now is you've got to work hard to keep yourself safe.
Oh, Marco, I was gonna get her back. I know I cheated on her half a dozen, baker's dozen amount of times. I was gonna get her back. I was gonna turn over a new leaf.
It's too late for that now.
Don't say that. Don't say that, Marco.
It's too late for that now.
Stop it!
It's too late for that now.
Oh, you just twist the knife, don't you?
Listen, there's one thing you could do to make this right.
What? Anything.
Help me bring them all down.
I'll bring them all down if it gets my wife out of trouble.
It's too late for her. It's too late for your brother-in-law. It's too late for Delilah. It's too late for all of them. But it's not too late for you. Stay on the right side. Work with me here. Help me trap them. Help me bring them to justice. Sure, you'll be lonely after that. Sure, you'll have nothing to look forward to each morning. But you'll know you did right when you're slobbering away in the gutter with an empty bottle of hooch dripping down your chin, rolling around not knowing where you can go next for your meal. You'll think, I did right in Bakersfield.
My head will be in the gutter, but my eyes will be up at the stars while I'm slobbering.
Will you do it? Will you help me bring the Logan gang down?
Fine, Marco. You can count on me. For now, I knew I needed to play this close to the vest, which was going to be tough because I didn't wear a vest. I needed to act like everything was normal, so the next day I woke up and headed over to the club, waiting for my meeting with Delilah. Hey, you girls!
Yeah?
We're auditioning a new head talent.
Oh, well, what about me? You said my chance was coming next.
Yes, and by that I meant that your chance to watch the next audition was coming.
Well, but I got that special hit move. I thought you said it was so good.
It's gonna look so good in the chorus. Candy, Bambi, come on.
I don't want to be in the chorus anymore. I want to go to San Francisco.
Yeah, we want to be stars, Sam.
Sure, but
This
ladies,
just your
you
latest
guys have...
arm. Candy,
Sam.
right?
Sam.
Delilah, hi.
Hi.
This is Candy and Bambi.
Hi, Candy. Hi, Bambi. I'm Delilah.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Bambi, now come on, welcome our guest, come on in.
She's got kind of an angel face.
Exactly. She's a Bakersfield 10.
Yeah, but
Let's treat her right.
she's got legs. They're too skinny.
Where'd you come from, doll?
Well, that's a long story. I think I came from San Francisco, but
San Francisco? And you're coming down here now?
Why would you ever come to Bakersfield from San Francisco?
because Peterson down on the I-5 didn't want me. So I just
Listen, don't chase her away. She needs a change of scenery. We're not going to ask any questions. Now, why don't you ladies run along and get the dressing room ready while I talk to Delilah here.
Stick with me. Oh, you're just keeping Delilah, huh?
It's an audition. Scoot.
A private audition?
Yes, scoot along.
You okay, Dylan?
Oh, I'm just great. It's just kind of...
Just give a holler, hun, if you need any help.
We got your back, girl.
Well, welcome to my club. It's not much to look at. I'm sure you've seen a lot better in the big city.
Oh, I think it's lovely. Well, the bar there looks so nice and tempting, and I don't know. I don't usually drink at 3, but well.
No, go ahead.
Well, I wanted to sing for you, and I
appreciate performers have their process.
well, I get nervous when I've fallen in love, and I know I fell in love with you, so I'm a little bit nervous.
Delilah, can I speak candidly with you?
Oh, please do.
I'm in a bit of a vulnerable place. I woke up this morning, my wife was gone.
You have a wife? I'm sorry that she left. I'm really not, but I'm just saying that so you love me.
By all accounts, she's thrown her wedding ring out the window and
Oh, she did.
run off with someone. A man named Bobby Flanagan.
Bobby Flanagan.
Does that ring a bell?
No.
Not at all?
Well, I did know somebody named Bobby Flanagan, but everybody I know is named Bobby Flanagan. I might have been in love with one yesterday, but now I'm in love with you. Oh my God, Bobby Flanagan.
Delilah, you're a mixed up crazy girl, but I can't help it. I want to help you.
Would you help me? I'm now desperately afraid. Bobby Flanagan, oh my God, if it's that same Bobby Flanagan, he wants me dead. He wants to kill me.
This is a safe place. Why does he want to kill you?
Oh, because I smoke cigarettes with the lid end in my mouth. Just because I killed somebody, but it was a mistake, it was an accident.
Delilah, what?
It was the war. Well, it was actually after the war, when I killed somebody, but I...
Oh, Delilah, you're not making sense. Listen, sit down. Tell me everything.
Well, you see, it just happened. Well, it was after the war last week.
You made it kind of seem like it was directly after the war, but I guess last week is indeed after the war.
Well, when you kill somebody right after the war, it doesn't count.
I imagine you were in San Francisco.
I was in San Francisco.
What happened? Lay it out for me. Vivid detail.
Okay. Well, as I said, I was dancing in the chorus. It was late that night, and my backup singers were late, but they had come in behind me, and we were just singing. Okay, girls. On 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Am I blue?
Am I blue?
Am I blue? So blue. Ain't these tears?
And these tears.
Delilah!
Okay, I was getting to the point.
It's me, Bobby Flanagan.
Bobby, why are you here?
Leave her alone, Bobby. You're no good for her.
You know, after the war, I couldn't keep my thoughts after you. You left me.
I told you to stop thinking about me, Bobby. I only fell in love with you for one day, and that's my limit. One day.
It only took one day. Why? You gave me your necklace. I chucked it out a window. Doesn't that mean something to you?
You chuck everything out of the window, Bobby. You chucked my heart out of the window. That's why I stopped being in love with you. Now I'm in love with Terry.
You left me dry. Just like part of the cigarette you're smoking where your lips are supposed to go. You don't smoke it from this end, Delilah!
You don't need to tell me what to do, Bobby.
Beat it! Yeah, get out here, Bobby. Scram.
All right, kids, what's going on in my club?
Nothing?
It's all right, Terry.
We're just rehearsing.
Good, good.
That's right.
I'm sorry, boss. I tried to come here to recruit her, but something got in the way. I'm sorry. It was emotions.
And so then what happened was, I was looking through my purse for another lit cigarette, and my gun came out, and I accidentally shot my... Help! Help! Oh! Oh, no! How could you? So I ran out of there so fast, and I caught a bus to Bakersfield, and I found myself here. I killed her, Sam.
Here.
I didn't mean to.
Then it was an accident.
It was an accident.
I just want to let you know I have a very limited imagination, so when you were telling me that story, I imagined the backup singers as Bambi and Candy.
They kind of
But I know they were different characters.
They were, but they look like them because everybody has a Bambi and Candy as a backup singer.
Oh, so Delilah, you're innocent. I knew it.
I know I'm innocent.
Delilah, I have to warn you. There's a man here in town, Marco. He's a bar owner, but he also is a private detective.
It's Marco. He wants to kill me. Did he say that I fall in love every day?
He did.
Did he say that I only want to be protected, that I was going to hurt you somehow? Did he
Delilah, he warned me up and down all about you. He told me that you were in a gang.
No,
He told me that you're dangerous, that he needs my help to take you and your entire gang down.
Marco's lying. He's a liar. He's a filthy...
Delilah! The way
Liar.
you say that so sweetly and innocently, I believe you.
I look good when I say it.
You look beautiful.
I do.
Delilah.
He's a liar. and I want him dead. Would you kill him for me, Sam? Would you? For me? I love you, Sam.
Delilah,
People kill for me. Would you kill him for me, Sam? He's bad. People who lie are bad. They should die.
I fall in love with different people every day, too.
He
In
told-
every different city all through Middle California. Tustin.
What about Buttonwillow? I fall in love with the rest stop there.
I've been there.
I knew it.
Well, today I've fallen for you.
I can tell
I
you.
believe you, and I'm not going to let anyone hurt you. I'm not going to let those mean gang members who've followed you here to Bakersfield hurt you. I'm not going to let Marco hurt you.
Please don't let him hurt me.
You're safe here.
That's right, he had fallen in love. He had fallen deep and he had fallen hard. Against all my better advice, against every word of warning I could give him, he fell in love. She told him that I was the liar. I told him that she was a murderer. Which one of us is telling the truth? And how is the poor sap to know? All he knew was the glistening glimmer of her golden eyes as he fell deeper and deeper into love's blackness. So how did it happen, huh? How did it go from a man falling deep into the abyss of love to the horrifying consequences of
The man who kills the woman with the golden purse.
A woman who dies in Bakersfield.
A woman whose downfall is sex.
and me falling in love with her, but too late. Speaking of late, it was late. It was a long, late night in Bakersfield. I had taken out a little office on the second floor of a dairy farm. I was looking out the window at the moon shining a pale, sickly light on an oil field. Suddenly, my door opened up.
Marco, I hope it's okay, I just came in.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, have you found anything out? Do you know who killed my sister?
She had come to me the night before. Who killed her sister? Yeah, I knew who killed her sister. Delilah killed her sister. But I couldn't prove it yet. I just couldn't prove it. I looked at her as she stood looking out the window. The little twitch in her lip, the gleam in her eye, the quiver of her nose, the shimmy of her shoulders, the undulation of her torso, the knocking of her knees, and the tapping of her toes. I looked from the bottom back up, the tapping of the toes, the knocking of the knees, the undulation of the torso, the shimmy of the shoulders, the quiver of the lips, the twitch of the nose, and the excessively blinking eyes. She was the type of woman that I would have fallen in love with if I were the type of guy who would fall in love. But I don't do that anymore. No, I didn't do that anymore.
Nice
So,
view.
Wanda, why don't you have a seat? I know who killed her. I know who killed her.
Who killed her?
It's a dame named Delilah.
A dame?
Yeah, it's a
Delilah?
dame. Yeah, but I can't prove it yet. I can't prove it, but that's all right. I've got a net circling close around her and the gang, and I got a good buddy, a good friend who's gonna help me pull him in. I told you for $12 a day and a ride down to the Shell station, I'd find this murderer for you. You took me to the Shell station,
I did. I took you.
gave me $12, and I'm gonna do it for you. What's your story? You told me all about your sister. Why don't you tell me a little bit about you, Wanda?
Well, hadn't planned to come to Bakersfield. I prefer a city that's a little more, I don't know, up and coming.
Yet here you are.
Here I am.
You'd have me believe you came here because you knew I had ended up down here. You wanted me to work on this case. It's hard for a guy like me to believe a dame like you would follow him to Bakersfield.
I wasn't following you. I was following your reputation. My sister was my world. I'm not going to let any schmuck find her killer. I wanted you. Because I knew you would do more than just find her. I think you'd be willing to get revenge.
Revenge?
A man who needs a ride to a gas station
It's an old car.
and needs $12
I gotta pay rent.
will do just about anything for money.
Where are you taking this conversation, Wanda? You hired me to do a job, and I'm going to do that job, but I stay on the right side of the law.
It's not what I hear,
What have you heard?
that you're on the wrong side of the law. You and your sham club and your sham detective agency. Oh, I did my own detective work about you. So I think if I ask you to take care of this murderer, you will. It's just a matter of how much.
Sound a little bit like we're walking a tightrope between blackmail and bribery.
Don't fall.
How'd you find out, Wanda?
Like I said, I did my own detective work. Plus, I know a guy.
What she found out and what the two of us weren't saying to each other is that before I made it onto the right side of the street, I too was part of a gang. I killed a couple of people, that's right, I did. I was this close to the noose, but I slipped out late at night when the warden fell asleep. I stayed on the run for 6 years, changed my identity, shaved my head, bought a suit. Came back with a brand new chance at life. Last thing in the world I was going to do was let this dame take it away from me. Well, there is such a thing as knowing a little bit too much, Wanda. Damn those eyes. Damn those eyes.
That may be true. I have no desire to hurt you or your reputation. I just want my sister's murderer dead. It's only fair, right?
I don't do that anymore, Wanda. I'm trying to walk on the right side now.
It's too late. Once you've murdered those people, your fate was written. You're a murderer, and you always will be. Now you can murder any old Joe, or you can murder a murderer. That's almost like doing something right.
Or I can murder you.
Go ahead. Or you can murder for me and make some money.
The tip
What
of
you
my
looking at?
gun. Wanda. All right. I don't know if you're bribing me, blackmailing me, or seducing me. But suddenly I don't care.
I'm not seducing
Well, then I care less. But if you want her dead, then she'll be dead.
you. Those are the most loving words I've heard in a long time. Maybe I will seduce you.
It won't work. This heart's closed for business.
We'll see. So, you're gonna do it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it. And so I watched her as she walked out, twitching and twimmering all the way. No sooner was she gone than a shadow fell across the door. I shoved my gun in my pocket. Sorry, we're closed. It's late.
Do you mind if I pour myself a drink?
Any man who has to ask doesn't get one. He took one anyway. I don't seem to know your face, pal.
My face isn't to be known. But my intentions are. I hear that you're a man who's been visited by some shady folk.
I like to live in the shade. It keeps the sun off my head.
I saw the dame that walked out of your club, Wanda.
Yeah. What about
Don't listen to her. I hear you're the man looking for the murderer of my sister. And you might know who that killer is. And I'm telling you that I'm the one that's going to get vengeance. And you better tell me now what you know, or it'll be your blood spilled on this floor.
What I know is that you just told me that the murderer killed your sister. And what I know is that Wanda also told me the murderer killed her sister.
That's right.
That means you and Wanda.
Yes. We're related.
Well, your brother and sister.
That's right. You're a smart man.
They don't put detective on the door for anybody. But
Half sister, if you need to know the truth.
Well,
Same
maybe
father, different mother.
it's too late to try to figure riddles like that out.
But I consider her dead to me, Wanda, because she betrayed us, me and my family. She took everything we had and went off and tried to make a swanky life for herself, leaving us in the gutter. But no, I pulled myself out of the gutter with my sister. She became a dancer, and together we worked our way up and made a life for ourselves, something for ourselves. We heard nothing from Wanda. She did nothing for us but betray. And now she wants to go ahead and try to clear up all the loose ends, well, I'm not letting her.
That's all right, pal. Why don't you put that gun down and me and you'll talk this over like two friends, all right?
Yeah, my beef isn't with you. So what do you know?
Look, I'm gonna find out who killed your sister. I promise you, revenge will be taken.
I better.
Things were going from strange to dangerous, and it was time to wrap this net up tight and see what pieces were gonna fall out. I went back to Sam's place.
Marco, you startled me.
Look, Sam, things are getting hot. Everybody's trying to find out who killed poor... What is this woman's name, anyway? Nobody knows.
I don't know.
Just an anonymous nightclub singer, huh?
In my imagination, she looks like Candy or Bambi, but it's a different person.
In my imagination, she never looked like anybody, but suddenly all she could look like now is Wanda.
Listen, Marco, we've known each other, well, ever since you arrived in town under mysterious circumstances. I remember you got here, you had a big floppy mop of hair. You cut it right off. You bought a suit. You opened a couple businesses. I always thought we were about as close as two people could be in Bakersfield. That's why I'm glad you stopped by. I need to give you a warning. You know Delilah?
I know Delilah.
I've hidden her away where she'll be safe from you. But she wants me to kill you. She thinks you're going to keep coming and coming and coming. And frankly, Marco, I know you and I think that's the case too. You're like a bloodhound. Once you get a sniff of a case and a suspect, you don't know when to let go. So this is a warning, friend to friend. Back off, and back off now. I don't want to have to do this, but I promise Delilah I will. All right, Marco? I love her. She explained the whole thing to me, okay? She's innocent. It was an accident. She's not a part of any gang. She was trying to leave all them behind. Her gun fell out of her purse.
Will you listen to yourself? Her gun fell out of her purse. What are you, fat?
Come on, Marco. When you came here and assumed a new identity, we didn't ask you any questions. That's how Bakersfield is. It's a place where you can start over. Why don't you let Delilah start over?
It's too late for that. I tried. I tried to stay on the right side of the law, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. You were straight with me, friend. I'm going to be straight with you. I know for a fact Delilah killed that person. I know for a fact because I was watching when it happened. All I need is proof. But if proof is going to elude me, then I don't even need that anymore.
Marco, are you telling me it wasn't an accident?
I'm telling you it wasn't an accident.
What happened on that night, Marco?
I was there in the club. I was hiding behind a large urn.
You guys sound terrible.
Oh, come on, we're just trying to back you up.
You have absolutely no tone. When
I need this job.
Hey, what's going on in my club? Why are you kids fighting?
Have you heard them, Terry? They
It's
cannot
just-
carry
It was just
a
a rough
note.
night. It was just a rough night. We'll be fine.
It's a rough night every night.
Do you know who you're messing with? With the Logan gang. Terry, Bobby, Delilah. You know why there's only 3 of us? Because we killed the rest.
What Delilah didn't know was that this dame wasn't any backup singer who just happened to be hitting off notes and ruining her act. This dame was a lover who jilted Terry. And this was an elaborate setup to put Delilah, who Terry knew could not brook bad singing in her backup act, in the presence of a bad singer, knowing that she'd be driven to murder.
When I sing this, listen to Terry. Listen to this. Am I blue?
So blue.
Oh, God! One more time. Am I blue?
So blue.
Step back for a minute. You.
Terry,
She was methodical.
Am I blue?
am I blue?
Oh, God.
Oh!
How could you?
Delilah, she cannot carry a note.
Delilah, why would you do that when there's an anonymous man standing in the corner?
Just as he noticed me, I dashed out. And that's what happened.
No!
That's what happened.
I won't hear any more! You're a liar!
Listen, because that's what happened. And it's even worse than that. Situations have changed. I tried to stay on the right track. I stayed on the track, but the track wasn't going in the direction I thought it was. Ain't that like life? You plug along and you plug along on a certain track, thinking you're headed towards uptown. All of a sudden you realize you're 5 stops into downtown. I'm in downtown now, and Delilah has to die. And I'm the mope who has to kill her.
No, I won't let you. Marco, I've got her hidden, and I swear to me you'll never find her. You will never find her, and you'll never hurt her. I love her.
Listen, Sam, I warned you against that, didn't I? I warned you against falling in love with people. There's nothing good can come of it. Listen, you're not much different than me underneath the nice suit, underneath the fancy tie. You think you're the only one packing heat? We've all got heat.
You know me, I'm not a violent man.
You're not a violent man.
Don't drive me to this, Marco, but I swear if I see you again after tonight, I will kill you.
Well, let's hope you don't see me then.
Ben, Ken, get him out of here!
They were only dames, but I was scared.
Let's go, mister. Come on.
I headed toward home. I wanted to check on Delilah. You see, we were in the height of the Cold War, and me being a paranoid man, I built a bomb shelter in my backyard. It was buried with a secret entrance. I knew Delilah would be safe under there. I was going to visit her, but as I entered through my house, I ran into someone unexpected. My wife. and a man! Lucy!
What? It's my house too.
You're back.
That's right.
And who the hell are you?
Name's Bobby Flanagan, pal. Your wife told me that you have a safe here. Safe that, I might like to get into.
I have a coded door, yes, but you won't find what you're expecting behind it.
Oh, come on.
I know where people hide safes. It's behind this painting, isn't it?
That's right.
Nope.
All right, it's behind this painting.
Nope.
Why do you have so many large paintings in here?
It's in the backyard.
Well, okay, I'm gonna go there now.
All right. I'll take you.
Take me!
Just put the gun away. I led them out to the backyard where I had the bomb shelter. I was quavering. But Delilah and I had worked out a secret knock for if there was trouble. It's here, behind this shrub. Go ahead, open it up.
You know, pal, your wife's a lot like a safe. All you have to do is feel her, listen to her, and she'll open up.
Why, you son of a...
Not too fast, pal. All right.
My greatest treasure on earth is in there. The new woman I'm in love with.
How could you?
We all headed down into the shelter. Delilah looked angelic even under the light of the fluorescents, standing next to the MREs and canned goods. Oh dear, I'm sorry.
Sam, I thought she'd never...
See, there's nothing down here, just the most valued thing on earth. An angel who can sing.
Who is this?
Someone who doesn't make me razor blades filled meatloafs, that's who.
Are you the one from Los Baños?
No! She's from San Francisco. We're in love.
How could you?
Lucy, don't pay him any mind. They're not in love. Are they, Delilah?
I love him.
This isn't part of the plan.
What are you talking about? What's he talking about, love?
He's talking about this isn't part of the plan.
What does he mean? What do you mean?
The plan was that you were never supposed to fall in love with me.
Wait a second. This was a ploy all along. You've just been trying to pit me against Marco.
Yes.
You wanted him dead.
Yes.
You knew he was the witness, the only surviving witness to your murder, your actual unaccidental murder.
He told me that if I just played a ditzy blonde that you would love me. And you did.
My brother-in-law told you that, did he?
He did.
Damn it, he knows my weakness.
Wait a minute. Bobby, what does this all mean? What does it mean?
Lucy,
Did you lie to me? Go on, Bobby, tell her. Did you lie to me?
Lucy, you're a pawn in a game.
You mean you used me?
Did you hear my thing about the safe? But that doesn't mean you can't have a place on my arm.
Oh, quit sniveling. Of course he used you. How dare you! That stupid meatloaf and that razor blade. You don't know how to kill somebody. You don't know how to kill anybody. You don't do it with a razor blade and roast beef. You do it in a pork.
Lila.
Oh, come on. And you put poison in a stupid apple in their mouth. I don't know who you are. Nobody tells me how to make meat. I tell you how to do it. Nobody tells me how to kill somebody with food. What, you think you got the market on killing people with food? I've done it before. I helped my mom do it. You did? Well, I could love you. You spam. I don't know who she is, and I don't know who you are anymore, and I don't know who you are.
They've been playing us for fools before I knew it. Delilah and Bobby were heading up the stairs, initiating the lock sequence on the door. Wait! No!
Get the secret.
Don't do it!
Do it. Lock him in, Bobby. Come on.
Have fun down there.
No.
No.
Do it. No. No.
Don't worry, honey. I know Marco is the best detective in town. He told me he would find my hiding place no matter what, and I believe him.
Delilah and I headed downtown to go see Terry.
Terry, it worked.
All right. How'd it go, doll?
I thought it would take less time, Terry. I tried. He did fall in love with me. Oh my God, Terry, it was dreadful.
So you got him to kill that, that little rat. What's he go by now? Marco?
Marco.
So he's dead then. You did your job?
He's not dead, Terry. Not yet. But
Boss.
he will be.
It's perfect. We got them locked in a cellar down below the ground. Can't hear anything. All we gotta do is get Marco to go down there. He pops them. We kill the other two. No one's the wiser.
Listen, wise guy, we're not killing my sister.
Oh. Fine. That doesn't have to be part of it.
All right. I mean, we can kill that knucklehead Sam along with Marco. That's fine.
But if we don't kill your sister, what are we gonna do? How do you expect her to keep quiet?
We gotta do something, Terry. If he gets me, we're going to jail.
Listen, the only way... We gotta silence her. I thought you knew this. This is part of this industry. All those cans of tomato sauce?
Sororicide is part of the industry? I mean, when I framed my mom for killing my dad, I figured, you know, I couldn't do any time behind bars, and she was old enough anyway. But no, I'm not... I love Lucy. She used to make me peanut butter and honey sandwiches.
I love Lucy. What is this, a television program or something? There's no way she's gonna keep quiet.
Listen, our real target here is Marco. Sure. He goes on and set himself up in this town like he was a victim. But he was that narc who got our old boss killed. Sure, he likes to think that he escaped from everything, but no. He sang like a little birdie. And that's why cops let him go. That's why he got set up in Bakersfield with an assumed name. Oh, we found him. Bald-headed or not, we found him. So why don't you get him down there to that rat hole that they're hiding out in and kill him and make my sister think it's an accident. All right, if I have to do the dirty work myself, I will.
All right. Why don't you call him up? Give him a tip.
All right, that's a good idea. So you're not so dumb, huh? I'm sorry for smacking you earlier.
Terry, I'm scared.
Oh, don't be scared, doll.
Marco's been following me everywhere. I cannot shake him. He knows I did it, Terry. He knows I did it.
Delilah, don't worry. He's gonna be dead soon. Doesn't matter.
The operator, can you put me through to 1 Chesterfield Lane? Yeah, that's right. The 2nd floor of the dairy farm, overlooking the oil field.
Marco. This is an anonymous tipster. That's right. I know who's you're looking for.
Yeah, whose is it?
You're looking for that dame Delilah.
All right, what do you know?
Well, poke around with a shovel behind a shrub, and that Sam
Carter.
Carter, that's right, that Sam Carter's place, his house.
Yeah, what am I gonna find if I do that?
You'll find your heart's desire.
I hung up. I didn't usually follow tips when they were anonymous and came in a hoarse voice. But to tell you the truth, I had no other leads, and so I took my chances. I did exactly what the voice said. I took a shovel and I poked around behind the bush. There it was, a bomb shelter. Well, one thing led to another, and before you knew it, I was inside.
Oh, Marco, thank God.
Whoa, what's happening here?
Marco, we've had a lot of time to talk and work things out.
We've used up a lot of oxygen, too.
Listen, I was wrong, you were wrong. It was all a ploy. It was all a ploy for you and me to kill each other. See, you witnessed that murder, and they also know about your past life. That's why that gang came to town, tried to trick me into murdering you, and, well, my brother-in-law's always hated me, and rightfully so. I did you wrong, babe. So they wanted you to murder me.
Listen, I'm not going to murder anybody except Delilah. That's right. I've got to do it. I've got to do it because I'm being blackmailed. I'm being bribed. No, that's just an excuse. That's not why I got to do it at all. I got to do it because I went ahead and I fell in love again.
You did?
I fell in love with a dame. A blonde dame named Wanda. She's got a spell on me, Sam. She's got a spell. For some reason or another, I gotta do what she tells me to do.
I know what that's like.
She's telling me to kill Delilah.
Marco, I think you should. That Delilah's no good.
Here, I've got a can of Spam down here. And some razor blades.
No, I'm not gonna do it that way. I'm gonna do it the way, well, a normal person kills someone with a rod. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, but I'm powerless. Where the hell did you come from?
I followed you, and I got everything I needed to hear.
There's a back tunnel into the bomb shelter.
That's ridiculous.
Why didn't I think of having us exit that way?
I'm not here to hurt you. I just needed to find out exactly who it was that killed my sister, and I'm here to thank you for that.
You can't kill Delilah.
I can't? And why is that?
Because I have to kill Delilah. It's the only way to get the woman I love.
I have to kill Delilah.
I'm gonna kill her!
Whoa!
Oh! Oh! Oh!
No one kills Delilah except me.
Marco! You've got drunk with murder!
He's drunk with love, is what he is.
I only hope it's not too late.
I think we should just maybe lock up the bomb shelter.
Leave him here.
No one will ever know.
That's right. Shut the back door.
I will.
All right, boss, Delilah. They're down there in the bunker. Marco should be down there with them.
Get behind this can of Spam.
These stairs are so low, I wish there was some easier way to get in, like a back tunnel or something.
Hurry! My feet hurt.
Where's Marco?
He just left. You just missed him.
That rat scurried out again. I bet there is a back entrance.
There's a few.
Hey, why is it? There's a giant painting right here.
Who's the dead guy?
He's the brother of the woman you murdered. Marco murdered him. And he's coming for you. He's coming for your whole gang. You can't terrorize Bakersfield anymore.
Oh, Terry.
This long, dark night is coming to an end.
Terry, get out now. He's coming to get you all.
Wait, did you just hear that? The door to the bunker just slammed. We're not alone. Marco!
Pull up! Oh, no.
This is serious!
Sorry! Boss,
Oh, Sam, another one. Sam,
Oh.
save me. Marco wants to kill me.
That's too...
Oh, no. Sam, I was lying to you. I do love you.
Oh, So you slept with
No!
Bobby, I assume.
Marco! Marco! Sam!
Oh, Delilah.
Terry! Terry! Move your foot! Terry!
I think I am in love with you. I didn't think you could do it.
I did it. I did it, Wanda. I did it for you.
I'm not sure that one's dead, though.
I don't know what Wanda!
You killed my sister.
Wanda, I love.
Oh, Marco, you tried to love again, but it was too late. I had a feeling if the police showed up, this would look pretty bad. So I vowed to seal the airlock and never speak of it again. I left them all. I would go on to tell the town my wife had given me a San Francisco divorce. I would forget try to forget I'd even seen half of these people. The Logan gang was gone and the world was better off for it. I exited out through the second secret entrance.
As my soul grows out of my body. Hovered above the loss of life. She was a good dame. I suppose at some point they were all good dames, and who the hell knows, maybe they were good little boys at some point. Sam couldn't see me anymore, but I could see him. Poor sap. He didn't lock the door as carefully as he thought. The police did come and find him standing over the body, smoking a cigarette, shaking like a drunk on the street.
Come on, son.
In my imagination, the cop looked like Ken.
No! But they weren't.
He was set up 40 years to life. Well, that's the way it is. You try your best to stay on the straight and narrow, but sometimes straight and narrow just leads deeper and deeper into blackness.